when you hold me. Your beauty weighs on me. This feeling's too good.
I don't know what it is, but I absolutely love filming in nature. And I also found this stick, which is really cool because it's the perfect stick. But I mean, just look at me. Don't you think that I should have some type of nature show? Some type of Bill Nye the Science Guy? But, girl. Okay. What's really dope is I found this stick. Look at this. Freaking nice staff. And it's hella smooth. It was literally sitting on a tree, like, waiting for me. It's hella smooth. It's like the perfect strength. I'm thinking I'm gonna take it home, wash it down, and then do some rope around it, tie it down, and just see where that goes. Like, I think that'd be fucking dope. When I first started TikTok, I used to make these funny videos. I'd be like, hi, my name's Imani, and this is my audition to be on the Discovery Channel. And lately, people have been like, your channel reminds me of Arthur. Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And then someone was like, you're like Bill Nye the Science, or forget Bill Nye the Science Guy. Sitting here thinking about it now, that really is who I am. You know, the idea of like, hi Monty, this is like my audition to be on the Discovery Channel. It's because, like, honestly, I had this little dream of, no, it's not a little dream. I have this dream of, you know, just being on TV, talking about consciousness, talking about the world. And I guess I've been sort of waiting for somebody to drop that dream into my life rather than, you know, doing it. I realize I've got the following, I've got the YouTube, and I haven't really been showing up for myself. And I've been talking about that, but I guess it's really been from me thinking that I had to, do it this way. But what I remember me feeling good is when I honestly come up in the trees and just talk about the world. Honestly, as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about all of the elements, the earth element, fire, water, but the wind specifically, because during my first psychedelic experience, I saw the wind. And a lot of people be like, what? But, you know, I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm just here to talk about what I've experienced in life. And if I remember the name of the elemental, I'll put it up. But essentially, it's the elementals. It's like gnomes. It's like fairies. The wind is its own entity, and that's when I was really first introduced into the elements, things as their own being. The wind, it was a feminine energy. I'm sure there's other ones, and the wind is like showing itself out right now too, like with the trees and everything. I frequently talk to the wind, to the sun. It's really interesting because, you know, people would say that often, but now I really understand it. And what people mean by that is that consciousness is experiencing itself in any type of form attribute. The wind being one of them, the sun, this tree trunk, this right here. That's also kind of another idea of what I want to get you to understand too, is like, I've always been wanting a real nice stick, right? When you're in alignment with the things that you want, essentially you're allowing other form attributes to do their destiny, to do their purpose. So this is a form of consciousness. This is energy in the form of a stick, a staff. It was leaned up on a tree, just chilling right there, and, you know, like as if it was just waiting for me. That's how life is for me. That's how life is when you're in alignment. There's just things there because they have a job, right? We don't know where it's gonna lead to, but it's our job to keep going. That's how life is, like this treasure hunt. Yeah, it's like a treasure hunt. Getting inklings of the essence of 222, 111. It's just an essence of what you're already giving off. I really want to move to Colorado. I love the mountains and everything. I really want to kind of get away from the alcohol, from the Vegas. I keep driving up here to Mount Charleston and Lee Canyon because I'm telling the universe, look, I want more nature. I need more nature. But also the universe has been asking me to speak my mind. I got a really bad chapped lip last weekend, and anything with the lips has to do with speaking. Throat chakra also, my throat was clogged up. See, you know, I started off talking about the wind and everything, and now here I am, and it's stuff like this, like I could never have planned this. Sometimes I really just want to come out here and talk, tell you what's been going on. What's been going on is, honestly, I've been doing my job. Ouch! Ouch. I've been doing my job, but not, honestly, this might have to be a montage or something. It's a simple message, and it comes from the heart.
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you can learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together.
Listen, so basically I've fallen into the trap of being like, oh, if I do this, this will happen. If I do this, this will happen. Which is true, but the thing is, it's kind of like, I've been needing to learn steady effort, okay? Where it's like, okay, Imani, we know that you're good at this, but like, what the universe is trying to teach you, is essentially like, I think about how God chose Jesus, and it's like you essentially have like disciples, people that listen to you. Not calling y'all my disciples, I'm just saying, like, when you've been chosen by God, by the universe, when you're chosen to just be this person, to speak and to speak their truth and how it comes naturally and you don't really have to search for it, you have to keep acting on that, because from everything that I do, I move intuitively. I move off of inspiration. If I feel like making a video, I'll make a video, and that's been kind of hard for me, is especially with this being my life, and then on top of that, it being just, you know, something I just creatively have fun with. It's been tough finding this nice work-life balance, or making this now my work. It's been interesting finding a balance within this. Part of me is like, oh, I don't want to do this, but then I'm realizing that I'm like, no, Imani, you are an influencer, you are a content creator, share that. And through that, I essentially will build the steady effort, because I always look to, I think of the influencers and everything, I'm like, bro, I was like, how are they making content every single day? I'm like, because they're just recording their life. I do stuff all the time, and that my life itself, me living my life, is how I'm inspired doing things. I had the Arthur song stuck in my head, so I wanted to make a video, something with Arthur in it. And I'm learning that it's these inklings, it's these little blurbs, these little ideas, but to be a creative, to be a person, a creator, is to essentially be prophetic, because in any sense you're connecting with some type of higher self, some type of energy that is outside of you. And in the way that you describe that, in the way that you live your life through connecting out of that, is how you help others. Wow. I was talking to myself right there. I could definitely feel it, just channeled messages. But essentially, I was worried, especially with quitting my job. I was like, oh, you know, how am I going to make money? And before, when I was really into my work and I was just creating and everything, I was having fun. Money wasn't even a thing for like, oh, we have to get it. Like, it just kind of was the byproduct of me choosing myself, me making these videos. and I never had to worry about it. Especially, I always keep thinking about my birthday, how I had literally I don't even know where that money came from, but it was because I was in tune. I was just doing me. And lately I've been falling into, oh, I need money because, yeah, I need money because there's been a couple times where I stopped making videos. I stopped really helping out because I was like, oh no, money can only come through this way. This is the only way that I can help, and that's not how I'm supposed to be. So I really fucked up. Something that I always say is when I fuck up, it's almost detrimental because luckily I have support of my family, but it's almost detrimental because God is my employer, like literally. So when I don't, pay a bill or whatever, it's kind of like, how do I know where this money is coming from? That's not how it works. I'm very much in this flow and surrender type of energy. But if I'm not creating, or sometimes I always fall into the moments of feeling like I can't create unless all of my ducks are in a row. But then I'm looking at the ducks that I'm trying to get in a row, and those are just material aspects of me. I'm just going on now. This is what's been on my mind. I was late on my car note, and that really put me behind. So then it had me starting to worry, and so then I started to do things out of this worry, out of this lack mindset, like, oh, okay, if I write this book, if I do this, if I do this, and then it's like I would do it and it's good and everything, but it wouldn't give me the results that I wanted it for it. And that's because that's not how I make money. I don't make money by being like, oh, here's $1 million product, here's a bunch of money. No, it's through choosing myself, doing my passion. I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I love making videos. They're very simple for me. And I always say, what if it's simple? I like making YouTube videos, talking to people, podcasts. I got 11 things going on, and somehow, by the grace of God, no, I'm just kidding, somehow, it's easy for me. I just, I'm like, I get up in the morning, I'm like, yeah, here we are. And I know that the job that I'm doing, whatever I'm pining towards, like I told you in the beginning of the video, if I get like a TV show where I'm just talking about this, that's cool. But wouldn't I have to show up? Wouldn't I have to show the universe that I want something? That's what I'm learning about the universe, is it's an attention experiment. Let me check to see if this camera's still filming. Just like I come to the mountains to tell the universe that I want more nature. So I'm not gonna be surprised if I end up in living somewhere in more nature, because they're like, oh well, she kept putting she feels best, she feels more creative when she's around the trees, when I'm in the woods, when my hair is looking crazy. Oh my God. It's really, I love when my hair is actually looking crazy and I still film, because it's a measure of my growth. It's a measure of my growth, because when I was in high school, I was really like concerned about, my hair always needing to be done. But I like when my hair goes like this because, hairs are receptors. I'm constantly, you know, I know that there's so many people have been reaching out to me, telling me, oh my God, Imani, the content that you've been sharing, like, I think just like you, or I think just like this. I'm like, yes. As I don't mind being the crazy, silly person. I really don't. I enjoy it because this is me, and I'm not going above and beyond. And if me just being me can touch the hearts of everybody else to just, figure it out, that you'll be okay, you'll get to those people, then, I guess I'm like, yeah, I would keep having to do my videos. But what's interesting, I can make a video every day if I wanted to. And I could, and I will. I'm starting, the more that I talk to you guys, I absolutely love it. People send me emails. I try to comment when I can, and I'm just realizing who I am, and, and I know I've been saying this, excited where it's taking me, but it's just, something's just really clicking for me now, where I'm like, oh, and it really is because of me learning about, what do you want to do in this life? I want to learn. I want to speak to people. I want to keep finding out ways of helping others to, get connected to themselves. And I always say, it's so simple. It's so easy. And if that's through my content, then, we want to show up. Show the universe that that's what you want. And to me, that's been uncomfortable, making content, being a content creator. Because this information is so sacred to me, this life, but I was letting, the opinions of what other people think about social media, or, being on TikTok, making these videos, or making vlogs. I was trying to put myself into a box, like, oh, I'm a educator, I'm a scholarly person. Yeah, but you do it in a unique way, and that's why people listen. I manifest through knowledge and through speaking that knowledge. So I don't know. I guess I just want to end this by saying, a lot of people, they go, I'm scared of starting my podcast. I'm scared of starting my video. I'm scared of doing this, that, and the third. Just literally just do it. My mom tells me all the time, just do it tired, do it afraid, do it scared, do it, as a squirrel. Do it distracted. No, don't do it distracted. Because when you do it, it's the action, it's the process of you getting there and getting all the way there that the universe is like, okay, so she's spending time on this, let's give her more of this, right? When it comes to money, that's why I got like books, and that's why I got all these things, because I thought that those were going to save me, because I was like, I need my bills taken care of. The universe has been taking care of me since, it's been an entire year since I quit my job. I've somehow still always made it all right, going with the flow, whether it be, one little odd job, but it's there. What I genuinely want is, a career. I want stability. I want to not have to worry about doing this, that, and the third for money. I want it to just sit and I want to relax. But until I get there, I'm gonna keep showing the universe that, I'm showing up for myself. It's a matter of how can you make this an opportunity? Are you making an opportunity or an excuse? I can sit and boo and do all of this all the time, but it's like, no. What am I doing in life? I'm thinking about so many other things in my head, and I know that this is coming across, you're probably missing some information, but I also don't care. This is how my brain works, and that's what these videos are. They're just conduits for me to just, I feel something and I put it down, and it really just always is my hope that, by me being honest about what's going on in my life, that someone can see and be like, wow, seemingly on the outside, I know I seem successful, and I am successful, because success is loving what you do. But I won't be that influencer, that creator that will tell you, no, it's all fine and dandy. I'm living. No, it's hard because it's hard because it forces you to be responsible for yourself. It forces you to look, and it is our responsibility to expand instead of contract. As much as we want to blame, the rest of the world, or oh, blah 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 blah. That's why sometimes I get so in depressed states, because no, I can't blame anyone. It really is me. I somehow asked for this reality in something that I am doing. I asked for this, and I've been noticing lately the voice inside my head has been, it's almost this, what is it called, when you start to see yourself try to convince yourself of comfortability, convince yourself that you're okay. The universe is always trying to expand. There's always room for more, for growth. So maybe, I don't know. Sometimes we don't even continue to grow because we don't believe in ourselves. Or we think that we do, but if we did, we would just do it. It would be easy for us, because if we did it, there just wouldn't be anything in the way. That's just what's so crazy. Something that always stops me is expectation is motivation's greatest killer, is the killer of motivation. So when we constantly have expectations, if I had expectations for how I wanted this video to be, this wouldn't have came out. And although, yes, it's helpful for you to hear my words, it's also helpful for me to talk it out and hear it for myself. God, I really do love my life. I really enjoy my life, and I'm very excited to see where it goes. Just know I'm showing up for myself, and I'm really just, fighting my inner, I would say inner demons, but it just the inner conflict within myself, and it's not. I'm seeing it go away now, especially with that ego death that I had last week. I had an ego death last week. If you follow me on any social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or YouTube, I'm the same person, but I fit myself into certain not boxes, but I'm like, oh, on Instagram I share myself like this, on YouTube I share myself like this. So on YouTube I do have to be a little bit more creative with my art, but on TikTok I was talking about an ego death experience that I had where I really just killed that part of my ego that was just trying to save everybody, be everybody's savior. And I said, this season I might seem a lot selfish, and it's because of all the times I was selfless, all the times that I didn't go as hard within my I didn't go as hard as I could for myself as I do with other people. We can constantly get disappointed by helping others, or get into moments where we're like, I told you so. Sometimes my friends, what I really don't enjoy is when they're talking to me and they're complaining and they're telling me about all these things, and yet I still see them do things that are in alignment with the things that they're complaining about. And it's in moments like that where I've been learning that the universe, at some point, our actions told the universe that this is what we wanted. So, and it's kind of disheartening to me, because I'm like, well, damn. But then that's where I've been choosy of my pour, Pour, where I'm pouring my energy into. And as I'm continuing to do that, I'm naturally seeing how life is, magnetizing its way to me, what is coming in and what is going out. And you really have to release expectation, you have to release people, you have to release situations, and you have to just be, because a lot of the times we don't even know what we're asking for. So we kind of just have to go with the flow, huh? If we're moving here, if the universe wants us here, God, blah blah blah, wherever you want to say, it's happening for a reason. So sometimes we have to think, why am I here? Why was this important? Try to put yourself into the future shoes and be like, what was this here to teach me? I always think back to, I think back to as if I'm like, an old person, or like, telling my kids about this moment in my life and being like, oh, well, this was for this. If I can look at it from a bird's eye view, I'm able to kind of finagle my way out. But it takes a lot of work, because what it is you realize that emotions are just tools, and people sometimes just tools to invoke certain emotions in order for us to do certain things, see certain parts of ourselves. I've got a lot of friends breaking up with people that they've been in relationships with 3 people to be specific. 4, actually, I'm sorry. And a friend of mine, she messaged me, she was like, I was like, wow, I was like, all my friends, they're reaching back out. And there's no hater, and no sadness. I understand there's Mercury retrograde, I'm on the journey of unconditional love. So, I'm always going to be here. And I hung out with a friend, just seeing them in their downness, and then seeing, how a lot of them are responding and reacting. It's in those moments where I really am able to keep growing, where I'm like, damn. Sometimes it's so simple, the choice that we make, but we can get ourselves into such chaos because we think that we can fix it, rather than stepping back and trusting ourselves and removing ourselves sometimes. Damn, I don't know who needed to hear that. Okay, I'm kind of done. This video is gonna be like 20 minutes, but if I'm manifesting like a TV show, aren't those like 30 minutes, 25 minutes without commercials? I'm gonna see what I can do with this. I think that'll be really fun for me later today. Yeah, bye guys.
Listen. Lonely.